I love you, Allah.
The Prophet ﷺ said, as for the kafir or the fajir, the opposite, when he is about to leave this world and enter the next world, the Malakul Maut comes and he is surrounded by angels of a gloomy disposition, of a scary disposition, and they surround him as far as the eye can see. Once again we say, the worse the person, the more frightening the delegation. Again, there's nothing explicit, but it is the common sense that you derive from the Quran. So the general text of the Quran and Sunnah, that people have different levels. So the death of Fir'aun is not going to be like the death of an average person who rejected Islam. There's definitely going to be differences between that. So the person who's at the bottom scale, as far as the eye can see, there will be deadly angels. Angels that terrify. Angels whose presence will, if you weren't dead, you would die, look at them. That type of thing. And as far as the eye can see. And the Malakul Maut will say, أخرجي أيتها النفس الخبيثة, you filthy soul. So the angel will give an adjective that's not a positive adjective. You dirty, you are not a pure soul, not a mutma'inna, not a tayyiba, khabitha. You're filth, you're not pure. Or khabith soul, get out of your body and meet Allah's ghadab and meet Allah's anger. And the Prophet ﷺ said, and listen to this, wallahi, this is frightening, may Allah protect us. It's something we need to know this story, because brothers and sisters, every one of us, this is our journey, either A or B. May Allah make us of the first category, but this is our journey. Every one of us, there is no getting out. People can deny anything, their arrogance, they can deny religion, they cannot deny death. They cannot deny death. That's something that will happen to all of us. So the Prophet ﷺ said, so the soul will exit, listen to the analogy, like an iron comb is pulled through wet wool. What an analogy. Wet wool. And you take an iron comb and you pull the two apart. The soul doesn't want to leave. The soul is not happy to leave. So the soul will be snatched away in the most vicious manner imaginable. And there will be angels that have from the kafan of Jahannam, a'udhu billah, the coals of Jahannam, the stench of Jahannam. And that's what they're going to surround it by. And they will wrap the body, so already the adhab begins. And next lesson we'll talk about Na'im al-Qabr and Adhab al-Qabr. This is where it begins. At the very moment of death begins the Na'im and the Adhab. At the second, your Malakul Maut will right then and there, you know which direction overall you are heading. And they will surround him with these kafans, and they will pass by every group of angels, and the angels will say, who is this filthy or dirty soul? Because they see who's around, they see what is surrounded by. And what adjectives will they use? The adjectives that the people used in this dunya against him. Once again, subhanallah, be careful, brothers and sisters. Be careful of dhulm. Be careful of the dua of the madhloom. Be careful of hurting an innocent soul, and they use an adjective against you that will be used in the next life, a'udhu billah, in a much more worse scenario. Never, ever, ever, whatever personal sins you do, inshallah, Allah is Ghafoor Rahim. But when you hurt other people, you take the haqq of other people, you trample on the rights of other people, you take the money of other people, you dishonor the honor of a brother or sister, then, a'udhu billah, you will have to get the permission of that person. Otherwise, between you and Allah, and this is, by the way, a hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, that the mu'min is at ease as long as his sins are between him and Allah, meaning that one who does tawbah repents to Allah. But as when he gets to the other people, then that is a different category. So what are the adjectives used? These aren't for the private sins. These are for the sins other people called him, right? Oh, you zalim, oh, you cheat, oh, you liar, oh, you this and that, double-faced hypocrite. Those adjectives, they will not be forgotten. Allah has written, the angels have written, and now it will be used against the person. A'udhu billah. When they are terrified, their terror will only increase. Every time they are going up, those adjectives will be used to describe, and the worst adjectives that were used, and the doors of the heavens will be shut and not opened up. So they will not be honored by going to the seventh heaven. And then the voice will come, write his name in Sijjeen. and Sijjin is the registrar of Jahannam. Sijjin is where the names of Jahannam are written, and then the same phrase, take his body back to this earth, because I promised them, from it I created, and to it they shall return, and from it I shall bring them back a third time.